it is that Pan again. I'm here again with another video, and I do want to keep this short, this little intro, but I do want to start this video by apologizing, as I have made a other arena video and I feel kind of bad because I didn't do a lineup that I've now learned. And I do want to just say real quick that although I am a learning player like you guys, right? I share all the experience that I learn and I get it across to you guys. And looking back at the other video, I feel like I totally misled a lot of people. Although I still think that the lineup that I showed in that video is better than just throwing your troops willy-nilly, I think that of course the lineup I'm currently using is way better, and I did want to do an update video to show you guys. So I hope you guys are able to work with me, and I'm going to talk about just some of my opinions while going through this. So to start off, I'm going to use someone as an example. So let me find someone who's pretty decent might around my size. I will say that it would generally be better if I'm fighting a dude who doesn't have a tank on the corner here, because the whole point of this, I'll kind of explain it real quick. You want to have this Regro in the corner, right? And you guys saw how I adjusted it like this. Generally you would assume that if I have it like this, their marches are going to be mainly on this side. If they have it over here, I'm going to adjust my marches to kind of make their their stuff target over here. Either way, you guys get the point. And the point of this is that they all target my Rhaegar, or a majority of them, and only like 2 or like 3, whatever it might be, go over here, and I basically have a number advantage. And then you have my tank over here kind of soaking up damage with Peterson, of course, which makes it so much better. And I have Peterson over here doing masterclass healing, and while they're like kind of distracted hitting this target, I'm able to just get free taps in, kind of cut in behind them, and they're basically wasting their time on my tank. I will say real quick, I do want to give a little explanation about why I would probably use Tom, and in a lot of cases, I actually prefer using other heroes over Tom with like a healer. So when I'm talking about like Tom and Peterson, I do want to just give this explanation for anybody who wonders this, and just give you guys little hints at how I think. So I do want to mention Tom's healing effect skill. So I think that in a lot of cases, you could possibly be wasting Tom's and another healer's potential by using them together, depending on how this works. So in the case of Tom, let's say okay, so I'm going to kind of explain how lightly wounded work and how the healing effect works. So if you get, let's say, 1,000 lightly wounded troops, those can be healed back in a battle if your hero has a heal effect. But if you get severely wounded, those actually go to your hospital, and those cannot be healed back in a battle. So let's say I have a turn with somebody and I get my skill drop off and I basically get the heal off, and it's only 1,000 lightly wounded. Let's say Tom can completely cover that 1,000 lightly wounded because the person attacking me isn't putting up enough numbers to make me use the full extent of my healing. So if I have like Peterson or Martin or just something in general kind of tanking with him, whenever they get their second skill off, right, like this the skill drop from Peterson or Martin comes off, I am basically, at least this is from what I am thinking, or I know, I think that you're wasting his actual heal potential by using him with Tom, right? Because then if he's already got that 1,000 lightly wounded off, you're basically getting 0 heals from Peterson. And this is why you'll see me a lot, at least for earlier game players. I'll say like to throw maybe Tom and like Alex together to buff, or Tom and Charlie together just to rage drop, and then you do like Rhaegar and Martin, because obviously they don't really have Peterson earlier out. And that's why I prefer to throw Martin with Rhaegar in a lot of cases, to kind of save them the healing potential, because obviously Rhaegar doesn't have like a healing skill, and you can rely on Martin to drop him those healing things. So that's why you actually see that there. But honestly, in this case, when you really consider that they're going to be getting full targeted by all the squads, I do think that Tom and Peterson would work, since it's kind of hard to out heal any damage they might be taking. So if he's getting swarmed down, he's probably not going to be out healing that, and that actually makes the full extent of their healing worth it. Though in my case, I still want to try to keep up with my Dut and Tom duo, but that is just a general explanation, because I wanted to just talk about that a bit. So now I will kind of show you guys how it works. Like, I'll actually show you guys and start this fight. No skipping. We are going to be going through this, and you guys can see how this works. So basically, they're going to have like 3. Yeah, 3. You see it there. Target this. Unlucky, I have Rhaegar right here. I would have preferred to have like Jaden in front, someone who's easier to melt. But you see them all targeting my Rhaegar over here. Boom. I'll just speed this up so you guys can kind of see. But the point is, I just want to get easier picks, melt this thing as soon as possible. Then I melt his Jaden, and then I get easy picks on from their sides. But you guys get the general point of why I do this. It is honestly a really good lineup, and I wanted to just say that real quick, right? And obviously, I'm going to win this. And I will say that I have this preference, and you might not, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I will personally do this where I will put like my Lewis in the back right here, and I will actually put my Dut in the furthermost corner right here, because if someone is like, let's say, setting up right here, or even if they're setting up right here, if they're setting up over here, a majority of their marches are going to be hitting my Raygor, but whatever comes over here is going to be hitting my Dut and Tom. I want my tank to kind of be in the furthermost corner right here, so they're the most likely to actually be targeted. And I do keep my Bella up here. I honestly might want to just put Maya, but the thing is, since range are so easy to melt, I keep my Bella up here, and then I keep my biggest AoE damage dealer in the back line so we can avoid taking that main majority of the damage. But yeah, that's about it. I will talk a bit, just saying heroes. You guys kind of get my lineup though, why I do that. I want to talk about my heroes though a bit, and just say, like, guys, let me talk about some epic heroes for some newbies. Do not use like Captain Russell. I wouldn't use Captain Russell in here. I wouldn't use John in here. I wouldn't use freaking, I'm not going to pronounce that, but I wouldn't use her. I wouldn't use these gather heroes. I wouldn't use Peggy. I would still be a little questionable about CEO, but it makes more sense if you're already using a Kami on something and you need like a second range march. Just in general, be very mindful about what heroes you're using. I don't know. I wouldn't use Hank or Peter to actually fight an arena either. I wouldn't use, like, definitely not carry, but at the point of the game you're in, you're probably not going to be seeing that, and if you are, I'd hope that you would know better than you use carry as a field hero. But in general, I just wanted to talk a bit about that and just give my little arena defense lineup or attack lineup, just so you guys can mimic that if you want. Of course, you guys aren't going to have the same heroes as me, but I do think that this is generally pretty good advice to use, just having anything to tank in the corner, and then you have your main damage dealers kind of swarming in from the side, and it's a pretty simple thing to adjust to. So I do thank you guys though for watching, and I hope that this was helpful in some way, and I do appreciate you guys as always, and you guys have a good day or night, and peace out.